Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's me, Anne Marie. Anne Marie Morales, Hypnotherapy and Intuitive Arts, LLC. So, yeah, I have to do a little bit of a rebranding because very soon I'm going to be certified in hypnotherapy, and I'm going to make that the primary push of my sustenance, of my offerings to humanity and service to others. And I am totally not ignoring my energetic capabilities because they're important, and I'm very grateful to have gotten that confirmation from the universe. So all right, so yes, it's Friday afternoon. I am at the beach because the day is pretty and I have the time, and I am currently studying for my exam, etc. A couple of really huge things that have come into my life recently. First of all, you know that I'm going through a healing journey, and last week, I believe, I had a session with a fellow student who is brilliant. Her name is Cassandra, and she facilitated a breathwork session for me. So I did a breathwork session, which is where you breathe and you oxygenate your body in a very particular way, and you would not believe what comes up. You start getting emotions, and I went straight to a past life. So this is kind of like doing targeted hypnotherapy. Like, you go in there, you ask questions, you connect with emotions, but sometimes you just don't know what the emotions are. You're so lost, and you need to do something completely different. And now for something completely different. And if you remember where that's from, yay, you're part of my tribe. So I did a breathwork session with her. And I have always had a sense of abandonment in my life. So there's a theme here. So there was the theme of being left out, which in a regression came about that I was left in a classroom by myself when I was a child, and by a teacher. And that was one trauma of abandonment. But, you know, these cycles happen over lifetimes. So guess what? I went back to a lifetime where I saw myself on my back, tall grass, next to a gravel road, watching a man on a cart, horse-drawn cart, going away from me. Okay? I was 7 years old, and I was a boy. And my name was Thomas. And this was in the era of the Black Death. So that man was my father in that lifetime, and he left me by the side of the road to die. And if you can imagine being a 7-year-old, even being lost in Walmart, it's traumatizing. I mean, so that life of mine, that sense of profound, like, deep abandonment, deep, like then you freaking die, right? Well, we met with the Father in the quantum realm, and I had to know why. Why did you abandon me? What was the purpose? Do you have any idea how awful that was? And the Father, whom I could not pinpoint, sometimes they say, oh, he was my this in this life, he was my that. I could not pinpoint who that Father was. But he said to me, it almost killed me to do that, but I couldn't see the light leave your eyes like I saw your mother's light leave her eyes. I couldn't put myself through that again. And so I left you to the side of the road. He said it was the most difficult thing he ever did, but the love for me was not in question. It was just too much death, and he couldn't handle it. So whatever reason, and there was such a love, like the bear hug, the little boy hugging the daddy. And this man was a burly man. He was big. He was a large man. I remember long, kind of sandy brown hair, kind of in burlap, that kind of era. And then the mother shows up. So the mom had died, then the son got sick, and we all three reunited in the quantum field. And then all those feelings of abandonment that I, as Thomas, felt were still active in my life, okay? I had just gone through, I've just gone through a breakup, and I've gone, my divorce. And if you remember, goddess level manifestation, I had manifested issues with both those men within a span of 2 days, okay? So it was no joke and certainly no mistake that this abandonment came up. So after we healed all of those feelings of abandonment, there's a question that we ask, which is, how is your life going to be different? Well, my God, my ties to these men are going to go. And that's what I felt in that moment. Oh my God, I don't have to look back and say, gosh, they left me, or I wasn't good enough, or what did I do wrong? All these thoughts that have plagued my mind are gone. Fucking amazing. Okay, this is amazing stuff here. And I'm not doing this. I was on an interview with Linda Paris, and her the comments that are in there are, this woman's a narcissist. All she does is talk about her life. Well, I'm on an interview trying to introduce people to me. So who am I going to talk about? My life, right? But, this is how I teach. This is how I teach. And this is how, gosh, all we have to do is learn a little bit more about our consciousness. And you will change your perspective. It's powerful and it's beautiful. What else has gone on? I had a very unfortunate situation happen last week. 2 weeks ago, I think, 2 weeks ago, that actually was that was kind of like a psychic attack. I felt physically different. I was crying a lot. I could not get this certain person out of my mind. And actually, I was accused by this person of doing MK Ultra-like programming on this person. And what was said to me was, don't make me question my reality. Now I love this person. And I always will. But I believe that they are influenced, and it has nothing to do with any sense of revenge that I feel. I have nothing but love in my heart. So this individual, accused me of doing something that I would never ever do. And this is where, we have to use our discernment, and we have to look at celebrity in whatever form it comes with a great deal of discernment and grain of salt. Even what I say, use your discernment. Take it with a grain of salt. I am not offended by that, okay? At all. In fact, I encourage it. I encourage you to use your discernment, okay? You have to. If you're not using your discernment, work on that, because that's really, really super important. So, anyway, I surround this individual with love. This person was profoundly important and a part of my life for many years, for a few years, and yeah, I just surround him with love. Very traumatized individuals, unless they are actively working to resolve their traumas, will stay closed in their minds. And I just surround this individual with as much love light as possible, because they're not dwelling in my reality, that's for sure. And I just saw 1111, so those are my numbers, man. As I said, being accused of something that heinous, when they know that I'm dwelling in the subconscious mind and I'm doing this all with love, is very, very hard to deal with. And it was a sucker punch to the gut. And I will be honest with you, it plagued me. I think there was a transference of a psychic energy to me, and through a lot of work with many different spiritual masters, friends of mine, to be quite honest, people I admire and I respect. All cords and implants were removed as of yesterday. I will tell you, I worked with Laura Van Tyne, and when two powerful people get together, we did some incredible work in the astral. And what I love about Laura is she does the children first. So she creates this medicine space, co-creates it with me, and we inhabit it together. And we assisted crossing over children. Now, she asked me for a beach, and she asked me for an ocean. So I went to the Atlantic Ocean on the east coast of Florida. Who remembers about 3 years back, I did Prayer Warriors. Okay, if you remember, I did Prayer Warriors. The first Prayer Warrior location that I did was for an elite dom in the Caribbean. The Caribbean is only 90 to 100 miles off the coast of Florida. It's very close. So there I was in my medicine space, like in the Palm Beach area, Miami area. And we open up this container for souls to come in. And when I tell you, the babies, the toddlers, the young kids coming in, pouring in, it was the most beautiful thing. And she said, they're calling you Mama Maria. Mama Maria. It was the most beautiful and profound thing. And I saw them. She has this beautiful belief that they're malnourished, right? And so food in the human form is energy, is prana and chi. And so she offered them a banquet of birthday, like cake and cookies and picnic tables. And in my mind's eye, I saw balloons and streamers, birthday cakes and cupcakes. And when I tell you the amount of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of souls that came in, it was beautiful. So, my friends, I want to thank you guys, those of you that participated in that healing, it was called An Urgent Request, I think, was the video. I will link it down to the bottom. We can keep doing this work. This is not work that we need to stop at all. Okay, so last little bit about this. So I was a baker, right? And kids love cupcakes. So in my vision of this soul crossing over event, everybody, all the kids had a lot of cupcakes. So also, if you follow me, you know that I just got, well, because my son brought her home, a new kitten. So Athena went on to be with the cat gods of the universe, and now I've gotten this other new baby kitten. She's like 6, 7 weeks old. She's still so tiny and so adorable. And I decided to call her Cupcake. I was going to call her Cookie, but I was like, nah, Cupcake. And I'm doing this because I want to remember those children. I want to remember, and this literally happened yesterday, okay? So this is brand new. And I want to remember those children. We talk about the children in human trafficking a lot, but you know, this was so profound to me. They called me Mama Maria. Oh my God. I've slept beautifully last night. I had my ceramics class. I went out for karaoke. I sang, I dreamed a dream of life gone by. Anyway, it was fun. It was fun. It was kind of a different song for that kind of bar, but whatever. It was great. I had a great time. Listen, life is meant to be enjoyed. Don't suffer, okay? Life is meant to be enjoyed. Live your best life. I love you. I'm open for business, okay? And I'm going to be revamping, doing a new website, and explaining the benefits of working in the quantum field. And you think you need to be an energy healer to do so? And guess what? When you're in hypnosis, you're in that quantum field. And in that quantum field, you are perfect, you are whole, and you are complete. It's a matter of you transferring that belief into your now moment. I love you all. Be well, be blessed. Bye-bye.